Melanie Brand. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for the Technology Association of Georgia. We're one of the co-hosts of today's event along with the Georgia Research Alliance. We had a record number of initial applicants, and we're doing something different this year, whereas last year the only companies that walked away with anything in terms of cash or services was the company that won. This year, all 4 of the finalists, whether they win or not, will walk away with a suite of services package. So that was exciting. The business community really stepped up. We really appreciated them supporting the competition and supporting these hopefully very, very successful entrepreneurs.
Hi, this is Lauren with TechDrawl, and today we're here with
Joe Gruca from Toomah.
And what does Toomah do?
Toomah automates the phone interview process. So in high-volume environments like call centers and staffing organizations that do lots and lots of phone screens, we have found a way to automate that process and create efficiencies.
Have you had a lot of success so far?
Sure, we've had a lot of success so far. We've got our first 6 paying customers. We've got a sales pipeline that's building, so we consider ourselves to be very successful so far. In the call center world, for example, again, it's the efficiencies around more people to screen. A problem they really have is lots and lots of turnover in those environments. So to the extent they can increase their labor pool and really find those A candidates, they decrease the turnover within those organizations.
And what would winning this competition mean for the future of your company?
A lot, everything. No, seriously, when you think about kind of first the cash alone is tremendous for us, but then the access to some of the marketing resources and the financial resources and things like that. Truthfully, I mean, it's not one of those make or break kind of things, but it sure could catapult us kind of into the next level. So we're very, very excited about this thing.
And what would the next level be for your company, you feel?
It's getting to $1 million of revenue really, really quickly, and then hiring a bunch of salespeople that can kind of take this message and bring it to market for us.
The winner this year, the 2010 Business Launch Competition, is Toomah. They can come up.
Just completed the finals of the GRA Tag Business Plan competition, and we're with Gordon Rogers, who heads up the ATA, and I guess one of your latest entrants and funded companies just took this all down. Toomah, tell us a little bit about how they interested you, and then following on, how interested obviously the room today.
We found we came across Toomah when we were hanging out at the Rome Atlanta ATDC Open Coffee, started by David Sung, and that's where I met the folks at Toomah. We were intrigued by them, brought them in our January meeting, and pleased to say they were the first company that new funding that we provided in 2010. So they were kind of the ray of hope on the horizon, that the venture and angel community is waking back up again, and they've continued to gain momentum and make strides, as evidenced by today their selection as the winner. So this is just going to propel them even further into the stratosphere. That's great.
Right, and really good news that your guys, obviously you've got money in, and this is a nice little, about $400,000, I guess, when you put all the services and the equity in for no percentage of the company. So certainly it turned out to be a nice little insurance policy for the ATA investors.
Certainly gives them great leverage and lift, and obviously without dilution, because it's a capital contribution, but without having to give up equity. But more than that, it gives them visibility, tremendous visibility and validation for their business model. So we can expect great things from here on in.
So how did the judging process work?
It was really tight this year. We had 4 competitors. We went through all the presentations and the discussion, and when we went back into the judging room, each of the 4 had at least 1 vote for first place. So it was actually really tight, and it took a lot of discussion about trying to decide who of these 4 fit the criteria best and was going to be the winner. But all 4 of them were really solid. We were really pleased.
What do you think made the winner stand apart from the others?
Toomah, the winners, are really solving a significant point of pain out in the hiring marketplace, and it's a difficult problem. There's real money being spent on it, and they've got what looks to be a solid plan. They've got a solid management team. When we went through the checklist, they hit all the check marks.
The last probably 12 or 14 months. So tell us a little bit as a founder what it's been like to kind of run this ride.
Well, it's been amazing. I mean, you got the story about right, but it's been an amazing ride. And kind of to Joe's point, the sense of validation is amazing. You know, when it's from concept and, you know, is this possible? And then you start to put the wheels in motion, and then you start to actually build it, and then you receive customer feedback and interest and validation, and ultimately a purchase, and all of those things that go into it. And it is a tremendous feeling, but it's great to be across this line with the team that we have. It's much more enjoyable knowing what we together have accomplished.
You're spooling up from an operations perspective. What's next with
Go hire a couple more, right? We've got some cash.
Well, and the services that we're going to get out of this also are very important to us. So when you start to look at, public relations and marketing and consulting services and so on, are going to be tremendous value to us moving forward.
At this stage that we're at, it's all about kind of getting customers and just working your tail off to go out and find revenue producing customers. So this has been a distraction. So you always do this kind of push-pull thing. Is it really worth the distraction? Well, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. It's absolutely worth the distraction. We've always known that if we were to win this thing, just what it could do for us. So best choice we've made is to go after this thing with everything we've got. So
great. Well, we'll continue to keep an eye on you guys, and I know you got 6 customers now and plans for lots more. So we'll watch you through all your milestones. Obviously, Toomah just took it down.
Toomah took it. They did a great job. All 4 of the finalists were terrific this year, so it was tough. But out of 85, we got it down to 12, and then the 4, and then today the winner. So it's great.
So tell me a little bit about the process. Clearly, for all these startups, it's a pretty big time commitment. I got to think from your perspective, chunking down from hundreds to 85 to 4 to 1 is what, probably 3-month process?
It's over a 3-month process, and one of the things is it's not just about the winner. For Technology Association of Georgia and for the Georgia Research Alliance, it's important that we tie in making sure that every company that participates has a positive impact. So what we do is we have each group submit a 1-page business summary. We give them feedback on that. We tell them, this is great, keep going, this is pretty good, you might want to tweak it, or probably not ready for prime time. Even that's helpful. And then what we do is we invite people to submit a 20-page business plan. And we look at that information and we make the decision on that basis if there's groups that we want to have come in. But we also do something like a startup gauntlet, so each group has a chance to come in and present, because sometimes what you see on paper isn't necessarily what you're going to hear face to face, and you kind of saw that a little bit here today as well. So we take that process and we narrow it down to a smaller group, about a dozen, and then we have some very prestigious judges interview all 12 of those companies, and we take that and we make the decision to bring it into 4. Actually, it was going to be 3, and the judges couldn't decide on who to eliminate, so we said, well, let's just bring in 4. And so then today. So it's a long process. We had about 35 mentors, which was terrific. So 35 companies actually got mentored, which is a key piece to it. 414,000 worth of suite of services. So the whole community comes together for this, which is terrific.
That's great. And thinking about folks who will apply for this next year, it seems this year's class was very diverse. I mean, it was everything from the La-Di-Da mobile karaoke app all the way to Dave Wright's latest venture of solid-state discs in the cloud, which two complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Is that purposefully done by you guys, or is that just how it works out that those happen to be the furthest along the track and meet great criteria?
It's funny because initially the first year, and this is year 5, we selected companies that actually, we took a more narrow vertical like logistics, security. And then some years we hit it and we got a lot of companies participating, and others we thought the marketplace would be great to have a lot of companies, and we didn't get that. So the last couple of years we've broadened it to internet and how you use the internet, so it really kind of opens it up to anybody, which I think is a good thing because it gives more companies a chance to participate. So I think we'll stay with that theme going forward, but it's up to the task force and the board to make that final decision.
Always interesting to see the difference between, the cost of petabytes and then someone singing on stage. So
right.
Nice juxtaposition.
Yeah, I think that was the diversity of today kept it interesting too.